Double jacked in the house today. There you go.
Double jacking, huh?
Boom!
Oh,
Boom!
Oh, man. Okay. This is, I feel like I'm gonna
Are you
be.
recording right now?
I'm gonna have a hard time with this.
Are you recording right now?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you missed all this funny
Oh, no, I
stuff.
got it. No, I do. I am. Yep.
Oh.
Just take out
recording-
that part then of me saying that.
I'm recording on that, but not on this yet. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I'll just bring it in with the. It's time to get jacked. Okay. Ready? Okay.
Give the laugh to the
Yes.
side.
Yes.
It's time to get jabbed. Times two. We're here with Jackie Nicholls today. If you haven't heard of her, you should probably get out from underneath that rock you're living under and look her up. She's a hold on. Let me start that over. You're a teacher, right?
Yes.
What grade?
I teach preschool for hours.
Okay. Let me go back just a second on that.
And a physique
Okay.
competitor, right?
Yes. Right? Physique?
Figure.
Figure.
Yep.
Stop right there. Okay, I'm gonna delete that.
I love
See?
this.
I don't want to be like, she's a 5th grade teacher. It's what school?
Preschool at
yeah.
Nashhold.
Okay, she's a preschool teacher and figure competitor.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, great. Let me cut that out. Hold on. It's okay. See, that's the
Get
beauty of
rolling.
the
You
That's
just gotta
awesome.
get past the intro.
Yeah, you just gotta get past the first like 20 seconds. So, see, we're at 17, so we're almost there. Okay, ready? We're bringing it back. She's a figure competitor and a preschool teacher in the Rockford area. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. And how was the drive?
The drive was fine. Only like
Great.
29 minutes to get here.
Right. So, and you came pretty much straight from work?
No, I came from home.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
had some
not bad.
time to go home, change, and all
Yeah.
that, right?
Mhm.
And something semi-comfortable, I imagine.
And I actually showered too.
Oh,
Today?
nice.
Yeah. Oh, before coming here.
Wow.
Is
thank
that
you.
like Yeah. Is that a daily thing for you?
No.
How often do you wash your hair? Is it like
Every other day to every like 2 days.
Yeah,
3
that's all I
days?
do. Okay.
Yeah. Same. It's
Random topic, but.
dude. The girl talk is okay. That's awesome.
It's called laziness.
Yeah, because then you have to dry it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I hate that.
I hate just washing and see, you got shorter hair, but I got the longer hair, and it takes me forever to brush it
It only
out.
takes me 20 minutes, so I'm lazy.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
And you still don't want to, huh? Jeez.
Mm-mm.
So, but that 20 minutes that you're not wasting in your hair is 20 minutes you can spend at the gym, right? Or
I mean, washing,
Laying on the couch.
so
Grandma style.
right, yeah, getting that lazy on, huh?
Yep.
So, could you give us a little background about you? Like, are you originally from the Rockford area?
I'm born and raised in Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
My parents are from the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
So,
And they moved here obviously before you were born.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 2 older brothers, and my oldest brother Jeff, he was born in Chicago, and then the middle brother Chris was born here in Rockford. So.
Okay. Cool. So, what got you started into the fitness field actually, or fitness industry?
Okay. I got started into it. Well, I was bullied as a young kid, all the way up to middle school and high school. I swam competitively for 13 years. And then when I went to college, I decided to party it up and drink as much as I wanted to. And I tore my ACL 3 times in a year in 2005 and 2006.
Wow,
Oh.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I gained a lot of weight. I was about 180 pounds, 75 around there, give or take.
That was
and-
not muscle. Right?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
I never would have guessed
It
that.
was
Crazy.
it was just basically keg belly.
Yeah. So,
But
did you swim in college too, or no?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
I quit swimming probably my senior year, and I did have a possible scholarship to University of Ohio, Miami.
Oh, wow.
And I just didn't have a social life, and I wanted that social life. I look back now and I
So
wish
went
I
from
never did that.
One
but
extreme to the other, it sounds like.
yep, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I was really strict growing up because all I did was eat, sleep, homework, swim,
Yeah.
go to bed. I had no social life. So, and I think by junior year is when I started experiencing, you know, the nightlife of a
Boys.
yes,
Yeah.
boys,
They're trouble.
underage
Yeah.
drinking, yeah, and just having fun. And I wanted that, but now I look back and I'm like, I wish I never did that,
Mm.
because I do miss swimming. Swimming that's where I got my competitive roots from. But being 180 pounds and not confident in my own skin really killed me. And I was always the, you know, girl that wouldn't approach guys, girls that was always single, and my confidence was always low. And then you know, when I hit my all-time high in weight, that just made it even worse. And then I decided, I'm like, it's time to do something about it.
It's time to get jacked.
Yeah, time to get jacked. That's right. So
That's awesome though.
yeah, I went on the South Beach diet of all
Oh.
diets. And I lost it all by myself, because I was
Wow.
probably, before the ACL surgery, I was probably 140 pounds.
Okay.
So then I gained
40?
40
Yeah.
pounds. Yeah.
Now, were you exercising too, or was that just diet that helped you with that?
I was exercising too.
Okay.
That's when, I think the first Peak on State Street opened, is when I started doing it all myself.
Yeah, probably
And
15 years
Nice,
ago.
yeah.
or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it was around then. And then I met a friend down at Peak, Rob Willamy. He noticed that I lost all the weight by myself and was really hard at working out, and he asked me to bodybuild. And I looked at him like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And he goes, why? And I said, I'm not going to look like a dude. I don't want to look like a dude. I'm a girl, and I like being feminine. And that's what I told him. And he's like, there's different divisions, Jax. You don't have to, you know,
Yeah.
worry about that.
There's something
So,
for everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then he pretty much got you on that course then?
Yeah,
got started
he
on that?
actually wrote up my nutrition for me, because I know nothing about nutrition. And then he wrote up all my workouts and all the protocols for everything. And he did it out of the kindness of his heart. He didn't even charge me one
Wow.
bit. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So I think it was one show with him, and then my best friend and sister, Nikki D'Angelo, I met her at my second show, and then she became my coach all the way up until 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So
how long ago was your first competition then? Like what year did you get started?
that's exactly what I was thinking.
It had to have been 2008, 2009.
Oh wow, so you've been doing it for that long.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and my first 2 shows were here in Rockford at the Kevin Noble, and then I switched from MPC to UFE, which was a little organization out of Canada, and they just were coming down to the United States.
Okay.
Did that for 2 or 3 shows, and then I missed MPC because that's where you should compete
Yeah.
if you want to get your name out there, and it's more competitive.
Yeah.
So I came back, and then I did one small show, qualified for Arnold, the amateur, and then I did junior nationals, and yeah, so I'm a national competitor now,
That's
which
awesome, yeah.
took a lot of hard work.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there a point where you switched from? Did you start at bikini, or have you?
No, I
always started-
started straight at figure,
Okay.
because from swimming I have the bigger shoulders and the
Yeah.
wider back, and
That's
so
what they want too. So.
yeah, and so they didn't even have bikini, I don't think, when I first started.
Okay.
Bikini came a little bit later. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
So, what's that like competing? I mean, I've never even been to a show before, so I'm just wondering, like, the build up to it, your diet, the intensity of your training.
It's very hard, especially when you work full time. I had to take a 3-year break because I went and got my master's and I needed to focus
Yeah.
on my academics at that time. But it's hard. It's hard mentally. It's hard physically. It's hard emotionally. It's hard all around.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
not a lot of people start doing it and they think it's gonna be easy.
Or a hobby. Or
Yeah,
something
or a
like
hobby or a bucket list,
Yeah.
and they don't finish because it
Yeah.
really is a hard
Especially
sport.
mentally hard.
And then especially when you're at the gym and you have people saying, "Oh, you're not doing this right," or "You're not doing this right.
Oh,
What is your
yeah.
coach doing? You should be doing this." And then you have that all like get into your head.
Mhm.
And I will say, Nikki can say it too, that I would always second guess what she had me do because of other people telling me
Well, there's
stuff.
so many people out there now that are
Yeah.
coaches and they
Everybody's
know
an
nothing.
expert, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody thinks they know everything.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
They just want to give you their own diet now.
Yeah, work with me, give me some money, you're right, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. So how do you juggle that working full-time now and competing? Or do you just focus more on competing in the summers when you're not teaching, or?
Basically, I try to do my shows in the summer. So the show that I did last year was in July, June, July. So I
Okay.
only really have to focus on like the dieting and stuff. Probably like the last, I'll be like 25 weeks out from USA's in July. So yeah, roughly around February, March is when I start hardcore. So it's like 20 weeks out.
20 weeks, that's
Yeah.
when the hard
Mhm.
prep starts?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of nice. You get the summers.
I'm
off
already,
you can
and
do it.
I've already been prepping,
Yeah.
basically.
Mhm.
I stick to, I actually brought my food for my next meal, but I stick to a meal plan all year round. And it's not like I try to do it to the T, but there'll be some times where
Yeah.
I'm like a normal person that wants to try something, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, what's funny is there's different kind of people that want the flexible dieting, and then there's other people that have to have it really strict, you know,
Mhm.
so that's interesting, because we had, you know, Dennis and.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they were just out here Wednesday, and they were doing that, then they switched up to the flexible dieting, and they figured that kind of worked better for them, but
Mhm.
I think it's a case-by-case thing. Some
Yeah.
people like to be told, hey, this is what you gotta eat to do it, and.
And that's
Just
what I
follow,
like,
yeah.
cause then it keeps me on track.
Yeah.
And then I won't try other foods that can possibly, bloat me or do something to, factor
Bloat.
the diet or whatever. But yeah.
What's wrong with bloat?
Oh, God.
I'm kidding.
Joey gets. We talk about this like every episode.
I
Joey's
know,
bloatingness and his fartingness.
Oh, your farts?
Oh, yes.
Ah,
Oh, man.
protein farts.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
It's just bloat.
Not good.
I don't know what it is, but,
Sugar-free stuff does
Bloaty
it to
ears
me.
and that's
yeah,
his
gum,
nickname.
gum.
Gum,
Yeah,
sugar-free
gum.
stuff, Brussels sprouts.
You
Yeah,
do that?
Mm-hmm.
Broccoli?
everything.
Yeah.
No?
Air, sucking in too much air.
I swear he just swallows air when he sleeps because he wakes up and he's just farting all around. What's wrong with you?
Maybe I snuck out in the middle of the night and got a snack. You know, right?
That's
He's
probably
just
it.
sleeping. Well, I don't know. They're like, man, you're not eating anything. Why do you keep gaining weight? I don't know. Weird. So, are there a lot of politics that are in the? Do you feel like in the bodybuilding world? I hear that
Yeah.
from a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of politics.
Yeah, I feel like there's tons of politics. I'm a full-time teacher. I'm not a full-time Instagram person, YouTube person, Facebook person.
You have a good following.
Yeah, I try, but
It's so hard though, isn't it?
It's hard. I can't be on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
My main focus is educating the young kids that I teach. And a lot of these people that have a good media following, it seems to me, or with a team that's really well known, like
Mhm.
of a coach, they're the ones that always seems to place the highest in the
Mhm.
little
Really?
shows
That's kinda
that
messed
I've
up.
noticed. And sometimes in the national level I see
Yeah.
that too, but a lot of those national level competitors that do place in the top 5, they're jacked,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
shredded,
Yeah, so they at least look the part too,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of messed up because it's like some shows you'll go to and they'll like your look, and then you go to a different show and they'll like a completely different look. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do?
I've actually stopped competing in Illinois
Really?
because of the politics in Illinois.
Really?
And I've heard it from multiple people, so I go to Wisconsin
Hmm.
instead.
Yeah.
And I like the Wisconsin shows a lot better.
Really?
The judges seem to be brutally honest, and they don't seem to favor, I don't think.
That's
So
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And do you feel like they're ran smoother there too? Because I mean, you could be there all day, right? Depending
Yeah.
on if it's ran, like ran by some hillbillies that don't know what they're doing versus.
Yeah, it's a
Go
long
smoothly.
process. Like they have prejudging in the morning, and then we get like a couple hours of a break, like 3 to 4 hours, and then we come back at night. So it's long.
That's long, yeah.
It is.
That's a long day. I mean, how do you stay? I guess composed mentally, and then you have to keep pretty much a decent quote unquote pump. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
have to look good. Do you know ahead of time like what time you're going up, or is it?
No, it's just it just depends on how many people are in the show, to be honest.
That's hard.
Yeah,
That's gotta be
Because
tough.
my coach, now he'll tell me, he's like 15, 20 minutes before you go on stage, have a Reese's peanut butter cup or something like that.
Sure.
Mhm.
So, he basically just tells me like 20 minutes prior. And it's hard because you'll think it's 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I have to go on, and in like 10 minutes they
Yeah.
tell you. So
Yeah,
It's
it's hard to.
scary. It's
Oh.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
Very.
and that's tough too. I mean, then you go up there and you're out there for like everyone to see. You're exposing yourself. I mean, so that's gonna mess with your head too. I mean,
Mhm.
a lot of people have like body image issues or something
Yes.
like that, and then you're out here and everybody like there's bright lights, everybody's
Mhm.
staring at you and judging you. So, I mean, you have to be mentally tough, right?
You do. And talking about body image, I think a lot of us competitors have body image
Oh,
issues.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because we go from one extreme to the next. Like
Mhm.
on the off season, you're pretty much, you're trying to gain size to gain weight, and so you just feel
A little fluffy.
Yeah.
fluffy.
Yeah.
hmm And then you diet down and you get shredded. You work your tail end off
Mhm.
to have a 6-pack of abs and striations and vascularity, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
And
you
it-
deal with that? I mean, I feel like that'd be so hard going from
Oh, it is.
6-pack and then you feel like you're fluffy, and
It is. The last show I did, he told me I didn't follow coach's orders, but then again, I was in Vegas, so I wanted to
Lord.
partake, and that was dumb.
Yeah.
I got, what was it called? Oh, enema? No, I can't think of what it's called, but you waterlogged. You're
Not an
basically
enema.
No, not an enema.
Okay, you-
Not an enema. No way. Even though when you compete, sometimes we do the diuretics or the
Sure.
enemas to make us go because you get constipated
really?
and then
Sure.
you're
Yeah,
loaded. Yeah.
I've heard stories.
All us bodybuilders
Yeah.
have those stories.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but I actually edema, I think it's called. Yeah, my kidneys almost shut down because
Yeah.
Wow.
I drank too much alcohol. I ate too much salty foods and greasy
That's
foods.
crazy.
No water.
My ankles were like cankles, like
Oh my
horrible. And
Super
then
swollen. huh?
I was swollen all over. I could barely walk. It hurt
Really?
so bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
So and they say most bodybuilders go through that. That was my first time ever going through that.
Yeah, that's scary.
And my coach goes, I forewarned you. You didn't listen to me.
I
And
told
I
you.
was like,
I
yeah.
know, right?
So now I know. So I'm like, next time, and I had to fly home the next
Oh.
day.
Oh,
And when you're in, you're high up in the air, it just gets worse.
You
Yeah.
need more water. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets
no doubt.
worse. I was like,
so what
and
did you do?
it was a red eye flight too,
Oh,
Oh,
and I was hungover, so I was just miserable.
and you're next to a screaming
that sounds
baby.
horrible.
No, I had these 2 gentlemen next to me that were so sweet. They're like, I specifically asked for the emergency aisle so I had more leg room, and they gave me their bags to put my feet under.
Oh my
Oh, I was miserable.
Did you tell them what was wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're
mhm.
like these are how my ankles always look.
Oh
This
my
is
god!
all-
And I had flip flops on because I couldn't put on my
Oh,
shoes.
no.
It was horrible.
Oh my
Horrible
gosh.
experience flying ever.
That sounds horrible.
That just sounds like a terrible trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was fun while it was happening, but not
Next
after.
day.
Yeah.
That's the hangover right there. Yeah. So are there a lot of like misconceptions people have with bodybuilding? Because a lot of people look at bodybuilders when they're at the show and they think, man, that person's so healthy.
Mhm.
And do you feel like you're your healthiest when you're on
Nope.
stage, or do you feel like you're near death?
Nope.
Right?
Not at my healthiest.
You're like death?
I'm death.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like I feel like I'm a skeleton because your face just shrinks in.
Oh,
you know. I actually wasn't really dehydrated. He had me drinking water all the way up till so.
That's nice.
Yeah, but you're fatigued, you're tired, like your body, you put your body through so much shock and and you lost so much weight
Mhm.
in a pretty short amount of time. 20 weeks is pretty short.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I feel like the hardest would be trying to not like go crazy and binge after your competition.
No, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Everybody has a hard time because you're so strict on yourself, and
Yeah.
then when you have that freedom to go and
Mhm.
eat, you're like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go everywhere that you haven't been able to go to.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, and that's exactly what happens,
Mhm.
and then you get mad at yourself, and then you start like playing mind games with
Yeah,
yourself.
you
You're like,
go
why
on a
did I
bad
do this?
cycle too.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
so many of these
A
girls.
lot of ups and downs.
Yeah,
Right?
I
Yeah.
see a lot of girls that want to do like bikini and stuff, and it like makes me sad because like they don't realize how hard it can be, and there's so many girls that like can't deal with it, and they end up
Mhm.
with an eating disorder
Yeah.
and binging like crazy, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I do believe like right after my show,
Mhm.
I binged, and I probably had an eating disorder, at
Mhm.
one point, But then once I get back on track of eating, it's like I'm back
Yeah.
at it, so.
Yeah, it's like
That's
second
good,
nature.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle now. I've done
Yeah,
it
some
since
people can handle it,
2008.
especially once you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
So what is your go-to meal though when you, like when you, first
That's a
thing
good
you
question.
think of, like what am I, man, the show's done, let's go.
Cookie dough.
Cookie
Oh, that's Joey's favorite.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
cheesecake, right? I don't know if
Cookie
you like
dough, ice cream.
Mhm.
Pizza?
What else? Pizza. I guess. I don't know. I'm more of the sweets, so just give me
Oh,
any
yeah,
sweet you want to give me.
cupcakes.
Cupcakes, yeah, but cookie dough, cookies, anything cookies. I'm like the cookie monster.
Oh,
Just get loaded up on that sugar, and then you're even more jacked at first.
Oh
You're like,
yeah,
man, look at
oh
this
yeah,
bullshit.
and it's so funny because it's so true. Like after the show, I had what did I have after? Oh, my girlfriend. She went to someplace to get me cookies because I told her I wanted cookies, and she was on the Strip, so she got me these cookies. She was dumb. She had ice cream on top of it in the Strip of Vegas. She gets to me,
Oh,
and it was all melted and soggy. So you know what I do? I just take my hands and I make them like spoons and I cup it, and I'm like, I'm eating it anyway.
I
And
don't know, dude. So I'm not wasting this.
no, no. And then she was like, we could get you a straw. I'm like, I bet you it would work that way too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, chunky cookies up the straw.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we get it. We
Sounds
can
good,
work.
good.
Yeah. So, I got a question since you were talking about the ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Are you dealing with any injuries right now,
Yes.
or how
Yes.
do you handle that with training? Because you still have to show up and train, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't quit.
Mhm.
So, is it just
I actually took 6 weeks off from training legs because I was really dumb, and I always told myself not to get that egotistical lifting frame of mind and do something that's going to hurt myself, and I did something that hurt myself. I decided to do deep squats.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best thing.
Yeah, ACL, no, no. It didn't hurt when I was doing it. What was odd was after the fact, the next day, I got in my car to go to work, got out of my car, boom, it swelled.
Oh.
It was just from turning,
Uh-huh.
That's
pivot.
That's how they tear, right?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
just
just
cut
a
in one
pivot.
direction? Yeah.
But
Wow.
I got my MRI results back and stuff, and they said the ACL is fine. It's just I have, I think he said a meniscus tear,
Mhm.
and then I have an old fracture in my patella from a long time ago, and then I have severe arthritis, so I have no cartilage under my kneecap.
Mm.
Oh.
So that's what they think, and then a bone spur. So then that's what they
Jeez.
think what made it inflame.
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with the pain today. I had a Synvisc 1 injection in my knee for, it's a lubricant to act as cartilage for arthritis in the knee. It's not really working right now. So I'm just dealing with the pain, and
Well,
yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think I go back to see him in 4 weeks, and he did say that the injection really doesn't work until 8 weeks. So
Wow, it takes that long.
yeah.
Jeez.
Mhm.
Or do you need to get multiple until it works? Because you're
He
gonna
just
need
had
another
one for right now, so
Okay.
I'm hoping I don't need another one, but it didn't hurt either way. But
Okay.
I'm just hoping I don't need surgery on the meniscus because I have a feeling that's what's happening. Then on top of it all, I have sciatica and piriformis
Oh, jeez.
issues because I will say lack of stretching and mobility exercises. If you don't do it, that's
Mhm.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you roll out the foam roller?
No, I
too?
don't.
You should.
I just started. I
Uh,
got a lacrosse ball, so
Yeah.
I've been
That's good.
using
Those
that
are
on my
great.
glutes and on my shoulders and everywhere else. So that's been helping, but it's painful. You
Yeah.
know, it's like a sharp shooting pain, and it'll come and it'll go. So
Mhm.
yeah,
It's hard to take the time to stretch too, because you're working and you work out and you got this and that. And you're like, oh, stretching's the least important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like you're injured. You're like, I wish I would have
Yeah, it
stretched.
catches up
to you.
Yeah.
yeah,
We try to roll out, a couple times a week
Mhm.
easily, right? A few times now, and
Yeah.
every time we go to the gym, Mike's there and he's got a new, different stretch, and
Mhm.
you're like, this is gonna take a while, but let's listen because
Well,
this is awesome,
I showed Jackie that this guy named Kelly Starrett, I think his name is Starrett, whatever, on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
He's got really great mobility exercises with the
Mhm.
bands, and I've been doing a lot of those in between like my sets and stuff just to help with mobility. He says mobility exercises are better
Yeah.
than actual stretches.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I like-
I've heard that too.
Yep, I love them for shoulders for sure, because that's, for
Mhm.
guys, that's a common one,
Mhm.
pressing and all that, so yeah.
Yeah.
I like those, so, let's switch it up here. I was kinda curious, you touched on this, but we didn't dive too deep into it, but
Mhm.
kinda wondering how you feel about social media, like the pros and the cons of it, and.
I think it gets a lot of people, out there. I really do.
Get the exposure.
Get the
right, yeah.
exposure. The one thing I don't like, people can hate me now if they want to, is how people pose so sexual
Mhm.
on social media just to get the
Mhm.
likes.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
It's like the fitness industry is turning into like the sex industry
Yes,
now.
I'm not okay with it.
No.
And for me, I want to be a positive role model through my work ethic and from how hard I train and how I am a positive person in my community. I don't want to be looked as a sex symbol,
No,
Yeah, I do have some pictures on my Instagram that are like modeling pics, but they're tastefully done.
Yeah, they're
you
not,
No.
Yeah, they're not you on a bed or something, pretending like, oh, I just worked out and I'm randomly in my underwear. Whoops.
Mhm. Yeah.
Someone caught me, like,
Yeah.
this wasn't planned. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see some of those accounts, you're like, what is going on with
It's
you?
like
And then,
a lot of these girls just want followers, and it's
And
like
that's all they
just-
want.
They're taking pictures in their thongs, and it's like you look at them, it's like you look pathetic. Like that sounds
Yeah.
mean, but it's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
And it's like, what are you trying to show people out there that sex sells all the time?
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
doesn't. You're not, just because you have a hot body doesn't mean you're gonna get far in life.
No.